Hey guys, Power from Duelfam here, bringing you a deck profile today. We have a new archetype core that came out, because we did have Speedroid Kendama before, but the actual core of the Speedroids came out in the new set of the High Speed Riders. Very good box. I have a link to it in my description below. I did open one of those boxes. I got some interesting pulls out of there if you guys want to check that out. We're going to go ahead and get into this Speedroid deck right quick. I'm going to show you guys how it runs. We have, first off, 3 Speedroid Terratop. Terratop being the searcher, well, one of the searchers of the deck. When it gets normal summon or special summon, you can go ahead and add 1 Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand, and you can only activate this effect once per turn. Next up, we have 3 Take-Time Board. Take-Time Board, his effect, you get to special summon him on the field if you control another wind type monster, and also while he's on the field you can tribute him to search a tuner Speedroid monster from your deck to your side of the field. Then I run 3 Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice. Red-Eyed Dice is actually one of the main combo pieces of the deck. Whenever it gets normaled or special summon onto the field, you can go ahead and target another Speedroid monster, and you can change its level anywhere from 1 to 6. And that way you can go into your synchro plays, Clearwing, Trishula if you have the right combo pieces in your hand, and also the new Speedroid synchro monsters that recently came out as well. Then we have 3 Speedroid Double Yo-Yo. Double Yo-Yo, when he's normal summon, you can go ahead and special summon 1 Speedroid monster, level 3 or lower, from your graveyard. Then for the tools, we run 2 Speedroid Triad Dice. He's another tuner, level 3. Whenever he's in the graveyard, you can go ahead and banish him and negate one of the attacks during the battle phase. Then we also play 2 Speedroid Menko. Menko's effect, whenever your opponent declares a direct attack, you can go ahead and special summon him in attack mode on your side of the field, and then all the monsters on your opponent's side of the field go into defense position. So it stops the attack and also gives you the advantage of when it becomes your turn, your opponent has all defense position monsters. For the last Speedroid, I run 1 Speedroid Razorang. Razorang being a level 4 2000 attack monster that cannot attack the turn that is normal summoned. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field. You can change this one to defense position, and then that monster on your opponent's side of the field loses 800 attack until the end phase, which it can get you out of bind. Then for the staples, 2 Effect Veiler. Then for the last monster, I run 1 Gen X Ally Birdman. Birdman's actually pretty good in this deck just because you are so effect heavy. People are going to want to Fiendish Chain you, and whenever you have a dead monster on the field, you can go ahead and use Birdman's effect to bounce that monster into your hand, special summon Birdman, and if it was a wind monster, which most of these are, except Veiler and himself, you also gain 500 attack if it was a wind monster. And then starting off the spells, we have 3 Speed Recovery. Speed Recovery, it special summons 1 Speedroid monster from your graveyard onto your side of the field, and then its second effect from the graveyard, except the turn that this card was sent there, you can go ahead and banish it and get 1 Speedroid monster from your graveyard into your hand, which this card sets up for every single play you can think of in the Speedroid deck. It's very good. Comboing all your Speedroid monsters and then playing Speed Recovery on top of that so you can go into another synchro play. It's very good. Then I also run 2 Shock Surprise. Shock Surprise is a very good card. I only run it at 2 because 3 can get a little bit cloggy, especially because I run Raigeki. And this card, what it does, you can banish up to 2 Speedroid monsters in your graveyard, and you can target that many cards on the field and destroy them. So it's up to 2. So if you take 3, take 5, take 6 out of your grave and you banish them, if you think you can do that, you can go ahead and destroy that many cards on the field. So it could be your side, your opponent's side. Surprisingly, it's very good. Yes, bit of a pun there, but it is very good. And then for the spells, I run a lot of 1-ofs. I run 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, just because I don't need that many MSTs, because I do have Shock Surprise, and I can go ahead and target back row. Then I run one Gulsark. Gulsark just because this deck goes into a lot of synchro plays really quick first turn. So if you can do that and then Gulsark a Terror Top into your banish, and then next standby phase have it in your hand so you can just go off all over again, it's very good and it helps out a lot. Then we have one Soul Charge just because you can bring everything back in synchro just for the OTK. The one Limiter Removal because they're all machine type monsters, and especially the synchro monster for the Speedroids with his effect and this card is super dumb. We have one Book of Moon for the obvious reasons. We have one Mind Control because this is a synchro deck, and then we have the one Raigeki. Starting off with the traps, I have two Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare, just because when I go off on all my synchro plays, the opponent always is going to want to special summon and use an effect to destroy. So Trap Tricks Whole Nightmare is also very good in combination with all the other effect negation I have in the deck. Then for the 1-ups, we have one Dark Bribe, we have one Breakthrough Skill, we have one Dice Roll Battle. Dice Roll Battle is actually one of the new trap cards that came out in the new High Speed Riders for the Speedroids actually. And this card, I'll go ahead and read to you guys, let you guys see it right there. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target one Speedroid monster in your graveyard, banish it, and one Speedroid tuner monster from your hand, and if you do special summon from your extra deck one synchro monster. Alright, one synchro monster whose level equals to the amount of levels that you sent. So basically it's just a synchro play during your opponent's turn. Just the only restriction is you do have to have that one tuner in your hand. I used to have this at 2, but then I started using the tuners too much for the actual plays and didn't have one to save in my hand for the dice roll battle, so I just bumped it down to 1, and it works pretty good. For the protection, we have one Mirror Force, one Ring of Destruction, and one Vanity's Emptiness. Ring of Destruction is just good for dwindling down life points and getting rid of nasty monsters, and then the Vanities, I know it hinders me, but Vanity's play after I go off is very good. Then I run two High Speedroid Shambara. Shambara is actually one of the win conditions of the deck just because his effect, you can attack twice, and during the damage step it gains 200 attack on top of the 2000 attack that it already does have, and when it's sent to the graveyard you can go ahead and target one of your banished Speedroid cards and add it to your hand. Then for the last Speedroid card, we have Speedroid Kendama. Kendama actually came out in a previous set, I believe it was Clash, and the reason I run this one at 1, I used to run it at 2, but his second effect is so good that I really don't need to run it at 2 just because he recycles himself back from the graveyard if you control no other cards on the field, and you can't normal or set during the turn you activate this effect. And then we have very standard synchro monsters. We have one Armory Arm, one Armades, one Goyo Guardian, Black Rose Moonlight, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, which this is the card that really moves this deck along, and this is what you really want to get out. Then I run one Psyframe Lord Zeta. This card, once per turn, you can go ahead and banish this card and one monster card that your opponent controls, and then you can bring them back during your next standby phase. So it's a very good card just to get out of some sticky situations. Then for the XZs, I run one Leviair. Being able to special summon one level 4 lower monster from your banish that you previously used using Shock Surprise, so you can destroy monsters on your opponent's side of the field, and then being able to get it back with Leviair is very strong play. And then I have one number 47 Nightmare Shark. 47 Nightmare Shark is the reason I run this is because rank 4s I run Hardline Draco just so I can go into the 2000 direct damage, and pretty much the same reason I run this one in here. Then I run one Downard just so I can go into the Downard main phase 2 whenever I do go into any of these two. And then for the final XZs, 1 Exotonic. And there you have it, guys, the deck profile of the new Speedroids. I really enjoy this deck. I hope you guys like it. Hit the like button down below. Comment, subscribe for more content. And this is Power from Duelfam, out.